Limited to I wouldn't do a limited to Kingfisher and Eurofish, just they're the ones that have offered, and actually to be frank I would rather do all of them.
Please.
So, you know,
please,
yes. As well.
Exactly. So, you know, basically I mean, because you have your own particular situation, because you talk about takeaways, the whole point about skilled chef, the tier 2, excludes takeaways. So I'll ask one question about that, Teddy. Because we've talked about Chinese media and Bangladeshi media, how would you speak to they've got every licensed restaurant in the UK, there's about 6,000.
The Kingfisher
so as well on top of that. So that you could be talking about 8,000. So
yeah,
these figures are. See, what I had a delegation come in here.
Would be the way I would.
And bear in mind this is for the restaurant. So both you have your launch here.
Yeah.
You then have that's not to stop us doing other things. So you know, for me, I'll go over to speak to Charles to MPB. I'm more than happy to do it. Come to you. It doesn't have to be everybody. All the MPs don't be but I'm happy to do some of the wider stuff. That's part of the launch, isn't just one event. So,
I am fed by my advisor.
So, did you say that? But this is Anne's point, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
The form doesn't say
no,
that. Basically, whether you feel for chef, is it for waiters or what have you. I think that would give us a snapshot of the situation.
So how would you think we word that then? So is it
how long they've had the vacancy?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
that's right. Or you know, it's kind of almost the churn of staff because you need to know if they've had a vacancy.
Of course, we'll be able to get that message across because what we also want is people to spread the word amongst different communities. So not just necessarily the business owners, but people that go in and use the businesses that have seen the impact over the years.
The other end, and that way then people just put themselves in a box, and nobody then knows that they're saying they're only 80,000, 100,000. You know, you put yourself in a range.
By the number of staff, you can
What they
get
are afraid
everything.
of.
Yeah.
So
You
therefore,
find employing 10 people and you say you've got only 10 grand, isn't it?
This is the thing. There's no way we're going to get anywhere unless, as David says,
No.
you've got the facts, you come up with a solution. That'd be good. So other questions. Can I just come back to this because I just want to know these questions. And no, that's fine. But as was been suggested, if they're not in the books, they're not in the books, and there will be some restaurants that.
Just a sec, sir. Yeah, next group.
Business is obviously not applicable. But I'm sure for the BBBs, the British-born Bangladeshis, they may be in a similar have already moved on to try to minimize the problem. Some restaurants, they will run central kitchens, so that reduces the runs. When I raised the question about staff, I said, yes, you can train them, but at the same time, you can't train the British-born Chinese. You have to be straight to me and say, yes, I'm employing 2 Eastern Europeans in my central kitchen already. So that's the situation.
Yeah.
We can put.
How many vacancies and front and back?
What vacancies they are?
Chef, porter, waiter.
You said it. What did you say? Chef, porter, or
Waiting staff.
yeah.
Chef,
Porter, what?
Kitchen hands.
Do
they kitchen hand? Do they double up?
How long?
Period.
Yeah.
What's shortage?
Yeah.
Time.
I'm front of house, someone said.
homegrown, isn't it, to do the deliveries?
Can be done by
In the sense that they just local people
Do you have an issue? Is there an issue with deliveries?
I don't. That's amazing. Like they're doing the delivery.
That's fine.
We have a staff. Like I said, these. I'm in my restaurant. For example, I have a running restaurant in Wellington since 1970. But I have 8 staff working, and I got 2 Bangladeshi, 1 Nepali, and 4 Romanians. We all are trying to recruiting the local, train the local staff, European staff. But what we are doing now, government giving a lot of facilities for the training facility as well, the apprenticeship scheme. You asked that question. What we are doing now, if we start the same thing 10 years ago, we didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, if the industry still survive, we can run.
It happens in every industry, take it from me.
Can I ask though, when we're asking these questions, but as I said, you guys ask, speak frankly.
Communities that really communicate to the right people. It's not mainstream media because it doesn't really affect on that, although there may be some interest. But actually, all
the mainstream media, because they are the people letting know the whole world what.
Saw him just after the Curry Awards.
I think we can do this. Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah, this is very important because they can tell each people all over UK what the current industry is facing.
So in one sense, the media will come to us and ask questions, and we won't have the answers to them.
We will be there to answer on behalf of.
Interested in some way, shape or form, but actually I'd rather have that interest later down the line. We've got real tangible evidence to present to government. We've got a case, we can carry on that campaign. All we're saying earlier, it's a whole campaign, not just a one hit, and I agree with that. I think we need to kind of plan it through, so it takes a number of months to bring all the information together, because that's...
I mean, we were trying to inform those who were on some of the people, but as you say, a lot of very honest about it. There's some people who are not. Or you have a proper company restaurant, all different. And then I have a few restaurants, you say, and you have to decide what.
Some restaurants that frankly take the mick, and they get a skilled chef's visa, and then have them work in front of house, or
That's right. This is where forward I believe so.
Because that's the key thing. You've got to get around that key objectives of the country. We've got plenty of people.
Let me justify this.
Well, no, we don't. The starters, that's a easy answer.
Can I just say, David also said, which I agree with him, if it was launched in here, it would be better because there are a lot of members of Parliament. Like now, I've got to go to a committee where I'm chairing, who can pop in for 20 minutes offside, not easy. So I would just say.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to be able to answer all their questions that they
If you do a line there, how many part-time?
You guys are the respectable face of the industry. There are of course going to be restaurants.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I've got a chair.
Chairs and pound shilling and pence and stuff like that. But it will be useful to, once we've got the main survey back, to maybe go out, have one of us go.
And corporation tax, when you reach a amount.
Well, we are one
Oh, you know,